friends, it's Sparkles. Today I want to take you on a journey about your beliefs and how when you change your beliefs, you change your life. Camera guy, you want to help me with a video about beliefs? Come on. You can do it. I know you can. You can do it. You got this. All right. You ready? Let's do the video. Good boy. So where do your beliefs come from? We all have them. And yours are different than mine and different than somebody else's, even your own siblings and your own family. Our beliefs start when we're young. They're shaped by our families, they're shaped by our friends, and all of your surroundings. When you get older, that's when maybe you start to question your beliefs. Imagine you grew up and everyone in your family, they believed in a certain God. Maybe you had a symbol. Some people have this symbol in their home. Some people have one of these in their home to represent their beliefs. Then you meet someone. You really like them. Maybe you're thinking of being in a relationship with them, getting married, having children. You have all these big ideas. And then you find out they worship a different God. Now both of you have different rituals. You wear different clothes. You have certain rules you follow, foods you eat or don't eat. But what happens when the two of you get together? Which God do you worship? That's all based on your beliefs. Do you change your beliefs just to be in a relationship with this person? And if your family and all your friends believe in the same God, there's going to be challenges because you guys aren't going to agree. You may have to totally disown your entire family to change your beliefs. That's a hard thing to do. So I'm going to go into unicorn story mode with a life story. So when my husband and I first got married, we were still learning about each other's beliefs. Now that was about 72 solar eclipses ago, so we've learned a lot about each other in our marriage. And we had two different belief systems. We didn't know about this until it actually happened. And then we had to take a look at how do we want our beliefs to be? Maybe we need to change them. I came from a family where when you were sick, you stayed in bed, you stayed away from everyone so you didn't get them sick, and everyone ignored you until you got better. When my husband was growing up, it was a little bit different at his house. People were maybe a little nicer to you, maybe got you some chicken soup and did what they could to make you comfortable and support you until you got better. Now, neither belief is good or bad, right or wrong. It's just a belief system. But as you can imagine, when we first encountered that we had different beliefs, we both had to look at our beliefs and decide how we wanted to proceed. What's one belief that you have that maybe isn't serving you? Let's start with I can't. Because whatever you believe becomes your reality. If you believe you can't start a YouTube channel or you can't release the weight you're carrying, right there, you already limited yourself. You put yourself in a box. Let's take you out of the box. What would you tell your best friend if they were starting a new journey to start a YouTube channel, to start playing the music that they've always wanted to play? You would encourage them. Encourage yourself. Set yourself up with tiny little goals, something you can do every day to change. Whatever beliefs you have now, today, in this current space and time, they all started as little seeds. For example, when I was younger, I was learning how to write in calligraphy. I thought it was really cool. Used my allowance to get some markers and some pens, and I was practicing. My baby brother came up and said, I want to learn that. And I said, sure. I let him have some of my stuff so he could practice. And then he went to school. And he was practicing at school. And one of his teachers said, well, you can't do calligraphy. You're left-handed. Well, my brother was a little sad about that and came home and told me that. Well, being the big sister I was, and because I didn't have a limiting belief, I told my little brother, I said, if you want to learn this, you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. Fast forward, as he got older, his calligraphy exceeded mine. And the school actually asked him to do all of their certificates for graduation because his calligraphy skills were phenomenal. But if he had taken that seed from that one person and he had listened to that seed and he had watered it and he had grown it, he would have had a belief that I'm left-handed. I can't do that. Maybe you have some beliefs like that. Maybe some seeds that were grown when you were younger. Maybe seeds that you're not good enough, you're too old, you're too young, you don't have the money. Pull those seeds out and replace them with different seeds. That's your choice. Your journey could be so much different if you change your beliefs. Your brain is the biggest thing keeping you from success. It does that in a really sneaky way. It does that by protecting you. So every time you want to try something new and you're all excited to try this new thing and you're going to do it, your brain opens up your file that's like this big and says, you failed here and here. So I don't know, you can try this, but it's probably not going to work out. If you listen to that little voice in your head and you don't change that little voice, that's going to become your reality. One of the first steps to changing your beliefs is to decide. Decide that this belief that you currently hold, it no longer serves you. And that now you are a different person, you're in a different place and a different space. A lot of times the thing holding you back the most is your belief systems that you keep following. Maybe you have a belief that you can't save money. Have you ever saved money in your entire life? Even once, even just for a day? There's some proof. You can save money. It has to be important to you. Because whatever's important to you, you find the time for it. You learn about, you research, and you grow. If it's not important to you, you're not going to change your beliefs. See, your beliefs, they shape your whole life because your beliefs create your thoughts. If you believe today's going to be a great day, that's what you think about. That's what you start looking for. And your thoughts, they become your reality. So you start off with a belief. Maybe it's a belief that you're not good enough at something. I had that belief. I had some fear. I had false evidence that appeared real when it came to starting a YouTube channel. And that ruminated in all my thoughts. And I didn't do it. I quit. I gave up. I didn't do it. Maybe that's you. What things have you started in the past and you let that false evidence appear real and it just smacked you and then you were done. You put all your stuff in the corner and ignored it. Because those thoughts, they affect your decisions. If you have a thought, I can do it, you're going to decide what you can do and you're going to have some actions. I decided I want to help people have a better life. That's what my channel is about. Just some weird random videos about how you can make small changes in your life to have a better one. Now that I've started this channel, it affects my decisions. I decide to make time to make videos. I decided to learn about editing. I decided to learn how to use the equipment I have instead of buying a whole bunch of new stuff. And then from those decisions, you have actions. Now I use the camera and I talk to it and I video. And the results of that are that I have several videos posted. But that all started with a belief that I could do it. I watched so many videos about starting a channel. Well, you know what? You can watch all the videos you want about whatever it is you're interested in until you get off your butt and until you get your butt out of the way and all those thoughts about why you can't do something, you're going to be stuck just watching other people do what you want to do. The real magic happens when you believe you can do something and you start looking at things differently. How can I? And you start making those decisions to make your dreams come true. And you find actions you can do. And that's how the results come about. And then you build on that success. So start off and decide which belief doesn't serve you and make your own plan to change it. Let's just say you want to release some of the extra weight you're carrying. I hate the word diet and lose weight. Nobody wants to lose anything. How about a fun and loving way that you can gently release the extra weight you're carrying? That's just stored energy. Some of us have more than others. What's one thing you can do? You know yourself. Maybe it's soda. Maybe it's unhealthy food. Maybe there's a medical reason that you're a little fluffier than you want to be. Start figuring out what little things you can do. And then, to really get those beliefs changed, start acting as if. Right? A lot of us wait. Oh, I'm not going to wear a swimsuit until I'm this size, or the numbers on the Liebox scale that I step on every day is a certain number, then I can wear a swimsuit. No! You're an amazing person. And if somebody doesn't think you look good in a swimsuit, that's their problem. You want to wear a swimsuit, by all means. Go out, wear it, enjoy yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. They're on their journey. You're on yours. Where was I going with that? Dang it. You ever have that happen to you? Where like you got like these butterflies in your brain and the butterflies just like steal your thoughts? It happens to me all the time. A lot of us think of changing and we believe that we just don't have the motivation to do whatever. It's not the motivation that you're lacking, it's the emotion. When you tie strong emotions to what you want to change. Think of this, the smoker, after they have the heart attack, they usually find a way to quit smoking. The person who drinks too much, maybe they get a drunk driving ticket, and they start looking at their drinking a little bit differently. I hope you won't wait for that much pain to change your belief systems. And when you act as if you have already achieved this goal that you want to achieve by changing your beliefs, then you're tying emotions to it. When you say, I am on a journey to have better finances, when you put that I am, because whatever you put after I am, that is who you believe yourself to be or who you are becoming. When you say, I am creative, your brain finds ways to enforce that, to say, yes, you are creative. Look at you. You're making a YouTube video. Or when you say, I'm not a good cook, your brain reminds you of all the times you have burnt things. Things have turned out terribly that even the dog wouldn't eat. I wouldn't know anything about that. Your brain will agree with you no matter what you tell it. It will find that evidence. It'll dig through all the files in your brain and it will reinforce it. So what are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself, I'm getting better at this every day? And looking at the evidence, yes, I am getting better with whatever. Whatever the I am is for you, that is your current reality. And when you change your words along with your beliefs, your life changes. Create yourself some believable I am statements that go along with where you want to be on the journey. I am doing better with my finances because I have money in the bank now when something goes wrong. I can pay all my bills on time now. I, fill in the blank. And it doesn't matter what journey you're on. And I think sometimes we get hung up in it's all or nothing game. It's not. It's progress. You take someone who's maybe failed at rehab for whatever they're in rehab for. Well, we all have this belief that they should never ever touch another drug. They should never do gambling, whatever it is that they're in rehab for to get past it. We believe it's an all or nothing game. What if we celebrated their little successes? What if we celebrated that they're drinking less or they're smoking less and we help them build on that success? Because life isn't all about one direction, one way. Everybody has their own journey. And I hope that you today will take a chance on your future self and look at the beliefs you have and if they're holding you back. And if you do have some limiting beliefs in your BS, your belief system, maybe you want to change those. And if you do, I'm here in a weird, random way to support you in that journey. And I hope to be celebrating your future success. Thanks for watching. I'm sending you light and love for your journey. May it be an awesome one.